All right, Detroit, we are back. So we are here at round one of the 2025-2026 playoffs. I think we have all of our lines set the way we want. I just want to make sure the AHL is still looking good for their playoffs and make sure we don't have anything out of sorts here. That all looks good. Let's go ahead and check the AHL now. Yep, that all looks good to me. I want to make sure Morin and Brodin are on the same line. All right, good. So I am good with this. Actually, Oliver Bonk did grow to a 75 and now he's not a 74. So yeah, we really want to focus on Brodin and Morin growing. How about the goalies? Any growth out of Boyer? No, still not yet, but good chance he could keep growing. That is, we're looking at probably Boyer and Kosa for the future as our goaltending situation. What about Kosa? He might get an off-season off-season jump, but I think he's still 82. Yep, he's still 82. So we are going to hop right into, I'll actually give you guys a little sneak peek here of the draft class as well, since I'm not doing the scouting anymore. We actually don't have this Rupert guy scouted. He's had 90 points in 58 games, so great, but OHL strength of competition is a C- right there. Cope WHL is a C, so same kind of thing, 90 points. You got Casey Corvo, who had, 69 points, nice, in 58 games. But a lot of very decent players here that you are looking at for like top 10. This Jesse Nelson as well, not guaranteed, but definitely could make it up there. The potential gold looks nice for that Kurt Pavelski, but we are not focused on draft picks as of right now. We have the young core that we can move forward with, and we have our core right now that can win us Stanley Cups, apparently. So let's go ahead and hop into the playoffs here. So we did take a look at Buffalo's lines last episode. Now we are looking a little bit more offensive heavy than them, but they have a great defensive core that might be able to shut us down a little bit. Let's go ahead and hop into game one here. So we got the first period. Let's see how it goes. 0-0. We were outshot 14-4. Okay, so the offense didn't really show up in the first period, but our defense did hold them off, and UC Saros is playing well. So let's go ahead and get that second period going. And we do get 2 on the board. We got Liney on the power play and then Duchesne, so that depth on the second line really helped us. We only had 9 shots that period to their 10, so they were still out shooting us, but our defense is holding up and Saros is holding up. So let's go ahead and get the third period rolling. And we get another goal, so 3 on 14 shots, so that is really nice to see. Let's see if we can hold on to it. It's going to be tough for the goalies. And Hancock, that 5 X-Factor defenseman, gets a goal for them, but Vetrano gets one for us. Another power play goes by the wayside, but up by 2 with 4 minutes left. I think we're going to take game 1 there. Yeah, we do. We get majorly outshot, but we still take it. So we convert on our chances much more efficiently than they do, which is really nice to see. Okay, let's go ahead and hop to game 2. Brian Hallinan, that's AHL. We can go ahead and just head coach replace player there. Let's go ahead and hop into game 2 here. Looking to go back-to-back in the Stanley Cup. Let's see, period 1. No goals in period 1 again, but we did get some more shots this game. Period 2. 1 goal. It's Ghost on Saros. He's still playing well. 1 goal on 21 shots is good. I do expect us to capitalize here, and Vetrano does on Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Let's see if we can get that second one. We're over 30 shots now, so the second one is definitely bound. Let's see, 10 minutes left, halfway through period 2, or period 3. 5 minutes left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and it looks like no goals in overtime, or no goals in the third period, so let's see who takes it in overtime. Sim is complete, and the Red Wings take it in overtime. Shea Theodore, that trade deadline pickup of the year before. So, looking good. We're 2-0 in the series, so With us being up 2-0, I'm going to simulate to game 4. We're going to go ahead and skip game 3, see how it goes. Hopefully we can take the win, make round 1 pretty easy for us. And we do take game 3. Let's go ahead and hop into game 4. See how this is going. So, here we are, game 4, first period. 2 goals on either side, Janot and Roslovic. We're getting a lot of depth goal scoring, and JT Comfer actually struck for 2. We are getting a lot of depth goal scoring this series, though. Period 2. Buffalo does get one with Darlene, so let's go ahead and slow sim this. Power play goes by, and then Jamie Benn, their 4th line center. So I did say they had deep center core, so I knew that was going to be a little bit of an issue, but we are out shooting them. We just can't get anything past Lucan in here. See, maybe? Nah, and that's going to be it. So let's go and just sim the rest of it. 5-2 end. So we drop 1 game. We drop game 4. So we are still up 3-1. We got 3 chances still to win the series. So not looking too bad for us. And Shea Theodore has a broken nose. He's out for a while. That is not good for us. Very not good for us, actually. Let's go ahead and pull up Keandre Miller. And let's toss in Jared McIsaac. Now, we do have to run the playoffs with Jared McIsaac now, which is a little unfortunate. Extra lines. Shea Theodore was apparently in the shootout, which is a little unfortunate. But let's go ahead and toss Matt Duchesne in there. There we go. All right, that's a good shootout, but there's no shootouts in the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and see if we can close out this series without our top defensive pairing. They have theirs, so our goal scoring is going to stay relatively lower. Their goal scoring might go up, so let's go ahead and see how Game 5 plays out. First period. We do go up 2-1. Tyson Jost and Rasmussen. Like I said, a lot of depth goal scoring here. Second period. We do get another one, Matt Duchesne. So second line goal scoring, that's nice there. And let's go ahead and sim this. See if we can hold that lead. Only 14 shots through 2 periods. So we're definitely holding them. We're definitely holding them back. Jared McCann stepped in and said, "Let me take this over." Paige Thompson does get a power play goal to bring it within 1. Trying to extend the series are the Buffalo Sabres. But Patrick Laine, there we go. First line goal scoring. Only 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and the Red Wings score again. William Wallander seals the deal, and the Red Wings advance through round 1. So, not too bad here. We got it done in 5 games, not 4, but 5. So, still pretty convincing. Only allowed 2, 1, 2. We gave up the 5-1 game, but then another 2. So, not too bad there. Let's go ahead and keep going. See, we can just continue. Let's see. So, did the AHL team make it past round 1? They did. Okay. So, we might want to go get Hallinan back in there because I think a Calder Cup is possible as well. Let's see how this goes. Here we are. And let's get up to game 1 and then let's go get Hallinan back in that AHL lineup to maybe that can get our defensemen some good growth if they can make it deep into the playoffs here. So let's go ahead and edit lines. Let's get Hallinan back in there. Let's see. So Ernie was technically in here. Let's see. I could get Ernie up here. And then let's see. So we have Maggio. Now, do we even need to get Hallinan back in? I don't think so. No. We can leave him as scratch. Leave Maggio in there. We want as much firepower as we can get. Let's go ahead and get him in there. Hallinan. Let's make this team win a Calder. I'm cool with it. Still have Brodin and Moore in here. So that should be good. Alright. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Get back to the Red Wings and head into round 2 of the playoffs. So we're up here against the Toronto Maple Leafs, but if you guys do remember, Austin Matthews did drop to free agency. So let's go see what Toronto's team is looking like. They still were 2 points ahead of us, so they had a good team. But I don't think they have Austin Matthews. No, they don't. Okay. So they are relatively deep with wingers. They got the 85, they got Perron at an 84, Polino 82, Polio Harvey 84, 82, 83, but their center core is weak. It is absolutely weak. Now Nylander is decent. He's got 5 assists in 7 games. Marner has 5 points. Tavares has 4. But it looks like it was a relatively low-scoring series because it went to 7 games. Let's check the defense. They got Morgan Riley, Liljegren. So, we definitely have the advantage there. Let's go ahead and check their goalie situation. They got Vitek Vanacek, who's up at an 88, who, yeah, he played really well for Series 1. So, I think that's where I think that's what they're holding on to is their goalie. So, I think we still take this series realistically. I think they're a deep team, but I think we have overwhelming players that they're not going to be ready for. So let's go ahead and we're going to simulate up to Game 4, see how the first 3 go, and then we'll hop in if we need to. So let's go ahead and see Game 1. They score 7 goals on us. That's crazy. Game 2, we shut them out. Game 3, we shut them out. Let's go ahead and get to Game 5. So we have 2 shutouts in a row on them, 2-1 overtime loss, and Shea Theodore is back. I think that's what pushes us over the edge for this series. I think that'll definitely make us win this series. McIsaac out for Theodore, and then Theodore up on line 1 with Sider again. So yeah, I definitely think that gives us the edge in this series. But we are 2-2. Let's see if we go down to 2-3 or up 3-2. So we are up 3-2. Let's go ahead and sim this. Yeah, I'm cool with both games being simmed. That is Game 5 for the AHL playoffs. Let's go ahead and see Period 1. We do get the goal. Lucas Raymond, top line goal scoring. You like to see it. Period 2. No goal scored. All right, let's go ahead and get through this third period. See if we hold on to a 1-0 lead. See if the defense shuts down that minimalist offense. And Tyson Jost again. He's playing really well in the playoffs. He might be earning himself a spot on the team until he retires because he's definitely holding his own here in the playoffs. And it looks like the Red Wings shut out the Maple Leafs for 3 out of their 4 wins. So that is really, really nice. Definitely held them, the team that was above us. They did have a 7-goal game, but other than that, they scored 2-1-0-0-0. So definitely good defense from our team here. Let's go ahead and simulate up, see if current round of playoffs is now over. UC Saros is fully healed, so he did get hurt halfway through that game, and Kosa came in and kept the shutout going, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and see AHL in their Milwaukee series right now. They are down. I think it's 3-2. They're down in the series. They are. So 2 overtime losses, all 1-goal losses. Pretty much all 1-goal games except for this one, which is 3-1. So Milwaukee Admirals looking pretty decent. Let's go ahead and hop up to Game 4. We'll know if they lose this game or not if that game disappears. And we are down 1-2 in the series, and it looks like they did get eliminated. Yeah, Game 7 they got eliminated, but they got back to round 2, which is nice for those young players. Let's go ahead and get up here, see if we drop 3 games or not. We don't, so we're 2-2 in the series. Let's go ahead and keep going. We are up 3-2 again, so let's go ahead and hop into game number 6. We are 11-5 in the playoffs. We're not as dominant as we were last year, but let's go ahead and see. So, first period, 1-1. Aho, but then Sider gets one. Aho got one on the power play. Period 2. Carolina does score 2 with Kane and Marty Natchez, but Kessler does keep us within 1 here. So let's go ahead and see how the third period stacks out. Now we are outshooting them by 10 shots. We might be able to... Oh, and they get Kotkaniemi gets a... Oh, but Roslovic brings it back to within 1. Let's see. They have a power play, and it goes by the wayside. Let's see. We're almost at 40 shots. We could theoretically bring this one back in. 41. We just can't make it work. We're going to Game 7 against the Carolina Hurricanes. Let's see how this goes. So, I do think that they have a decent team. Obviously, they're scoring goals on us. When the other series, it was pretty much us just holding them to no goals. Maybe a 1 or 2 games throughout the series that they get a couple more than 1 or 2, but this team is definitely scoring on us. So let's go ahead and see how game 3 plays out, or game 7, sorry. So we are here, first period. We get 4 in the first period, 2 from Line, 1 from Trennan, and 1 from Roslovic. That is big. So period 2, no goals. So I think a 4-goal deficit is going to be hard for them to come back from, especially 5. Jack Quinn extends it to 5. Svechnikov does bring it back to 1. They still got 17 minutes left. It's not quite over, but I think with our defense, it's all but over. Halfway gone. They do have a power play. And I think that was their chance to maybe bring their momentum back into it. But right there, Detroit takes game number 7. Shea Theodore gets another insurance goal. Bedard scores, but, you know, a little too late for the Carolina Hurricanes. So the Red Wings do advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. So let's go ahead. Oh, wait, no, was that winning? Oh, that's winning the conference finals, huh? We are back into the Stanley Cup. We are against the Seattle Kraken. Let's go ahead and take a peek at playoff performance so far for our teams. Marco Kasper, 18 points in 18 games. That's really nice to see from him. Hopefully he can get some growth out of that. But let's go view lines. Let's go see the Kraken, how they've managed to get themselves to the Stanley Cup Finals. So take a look at their lines really quick. Not the Sharks. All right, there we go. So Shane Wright is up at a 90. With elite high, so he's definitely up there. They got Pavel Buchnevich as well, so he's definitely a good first-line player for them. But Jared McCann, he's only 83 overall. Wow, that's crazy. 83 overall, but has X factors. That's crazy. Burakovsky, 85. Jaeger, 82. Riley Smith, 83. Matty Beniers up at an 86. So definitely a decent depth on offense. Let's check their defense. Their defense is weak. I think we're going to light them up. Let's go ahead and check their goalie situation. And Blackwood at an 84. I think we are going to light this team up. I think the goal scoring is going to come heavy here. So let's go ahead and check out the points as well. See how our players are going. Marco Kasper at 18 points is really nice to see. Let's go ahead and see how this is stacking up for us. So we've got Marco Kasper at 18, Larkin at 17. Our main goal scorer is Line at 10 in the playoffs so far, so that's really nice. Quinn has 15, Duchesne has 15, so that second line really stepping up. Roslovic has 9, but he's also a -9, so that line's still giving up goals. Yeah, Rasmussen -8. But other than that, we're looking like we're getting pretty good performance here. So let's go ahead and check out the goalie situation. See what's going on here. So Saros, 921 at 2.3. That is immaculate. Kosa did come in for that game that he got injured, made 16 out of 16 saves, so he played about half the game. So that is pretty nice. We definitely know that this is our stud goalie for the future at medium elite, so he should get some pretty good growth out of this. And let's go ahead and just take a wrap up of the Griffins playoffs. Now Salmonen did play really well. Just couldn't quite wrap it up with the losses in that second round. Let's go ahead and check the points here. So Brodin did have 6 points, 6 assists in 12 games as a defenseman, so that's pretty nice. Jones had 6 points as well with a goal. And then Fonstad with 11 points in 12 games. The goal scorer was Matt Luff at 5. He was leading for the AHL, but we're not worried about the AHL right now. We are in the Stanley Cup final for the second year in a row. So I think we light this team up. I don't even think this is going to truly be a fully competitive series. It'll surprise me if it is. Maybe their defensemen are defensive defensemen, so they don't have goals going as much. But let's go ahead and get to game 4. Let's see how it goes. We do get a 4-0 win. We did have a 2-1 loss, but a 2-0 win. So we're up 2-1 in the series. So we are safe. So that would be 2-2, 2-3, 2-4. So let's go ahead and, we'll do one game at a time. See if we go up 3-1 in the series. We don't. So it's 2-2 in the series. Let's see if they take it to 3-2 or, okay, so Yakov Trenin is injured. That'll make it interesting. He is performing pretty decently in the playoffs. But he's our 4th line center, so Yakov Trenin down to Soderblom isn't too big of a swing. Let's go ahead and get him in there. There we go. Elmer, you get some playoff time here. And they do go up 3-2 in the series. So let's go ahead and see if the Red Wings can pull it back and get to Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Final to give them a chance to win 2 in a row. So, first period. Seattle does score. Burakovsky, second period. No goals. All right, Red Wings got to bring it back here. They are out shooting. We have a good offense. I don't think this is out of reach. It's a one-shot game right now. We have a power play. Oh, we got to capitalize on that. There we go. Marco Kasper. Nice to see. So Gerbauer's in net too, the 82 overall. Got another power play. 5-on-3, 5-on-4. We had the advantage for so long. Don't let this just be sudden death hockey. 38 shots. And we're going to overtime. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We're in overtime of game number 6. Seeing if the Red Wings can push themselves back to Game 7 in a potential Stanley Cup final. So, we are here, and we're just going to watch this play out. We'll see how this goes. Oh, that's a good chance. Oh, so Mackenzie Blackwood did get put in net for overtime. So, that is interesting. But the Seattle Kraken jersey, I can't lie, their jerseys, I like them a lot. So Patrick Kane is leading the playoffs in goals, and it doesn't look like anyone from Seattle is really up there. Let's go ahead and see. So Larkin does lose the faceoff, but he got good forecheck pressure. Raymond over to line A. Oh, that was a great chance. They're looking pretty good here in the offensive zone. Let's see how this goes. All right, Dylan Larkin on the hard forecheck again. He is trying to take it off of McCann. Oh, but he doesn't wrap up the loose puck. McCann breaks it out to Ryan Pulak. Out to Shane Wright, the 90 overall. All right, Jack Quinn intercepts. Jack Quinn breaking it out. We do get a line change. Maybe he can get it deep. There you go. All right, Alexiak gets tied up on the board. Shane Wright loses it to Kasper. Marco Kasper, our top performer, loses the puck. Shane Wright breaking up the ice. This is dangerous here. Vucinovic, oh, and Saros makes a big save. Vucinovic to Shane Wright, you don't want to let them, oh. And that is the season for the Detroit Red Wings. The Seattle Kraken, as a expansion team, a couple years in the future, win the Stanley Cup. So, we are going to hop out of here, don't need to watch them celebrate, but we get back to a second Stanley Cup in 2 years. That is big. So, let's go ahead and hop out here. I don't think that's anything to be ashamed of. Now, we did lose the cup, unfortunately, but I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of here. So, second Stanley Cup appearance in 2 years, and playoffs for 4 straight years, which is nice to see back from the Red Wings. So, we are going to go ahead and hop into the offseason in this video. So, Trennan is back. That's okay. We can just continue through that. Seattle Kraken and Lehigh Valley Phantoms are the respective cup winners. Let's see what we're looking at here. So, obviously, we're not going to be in there, but not too many changes through the top 5. I mean, a couple jumbled up, but no crazy ones. Montreal did get the first overall pick. Minnesota jumped from 4 to 2. Nashville dropped from 1 to 3. Pittsburgh dropped from 3 to 4. So, other than that, didn't look like too many changes there. So we do have retirements. Let's go ahead and simulate up a day. We'll see who retires after the 25-26 season. We've got Joe Pavelski, Hall of Fame career. Blake Wheeler also looks like a Hall of Fame career there. Corey Perry, same thing. Brent Burns probably will also go there. Parise, possibility. We got Paul Stastny, Jordan Eberle, Jordan Stahl, Sam Gagner, Patrick Hornqvist, Mark Giordano. He retired after winning a cup with the Kraken. So, looks like a pretty good career for him. He definitely got himself that ring. That's really nice, especially undrafted. Mike Hoffman, Craig Smith, Tyler Johnson, Evgeny Dadonov, Mark-Edward Vlasic, Nick Bonino, Carl Hagelin, Anton Strawman, Michael Delzato, Paul Byron, Justin Braun, Ian Cole, Sami Vatanen, Nick Holden, Matt Martin, Nikita Zaitsev, Danny DeKeyser, also undrafted, finished his career in Toronto after Detroit. That's interesting. Tobias Reeder, Brandon Tanev, Chris Weidman, Austin Watson, and then we drop into, I mean, we got like Thomas Hickey there, Trevor Van Riemsdyk, but no one really notable down here. Let's go ahead and get out of retirements. So we are up here at the draft interviews. We're not going to bother. Following players are now a coach: Hornfist for the Hurricanes, Pavelski for the Wild, Blake Wheeler for the Canucks, and Brent Burns for the Canucks. So they might turn into a good team there. We do have a retired coach for the Red Wings, nothing for the Grand Rapids Griffins, so we are going to have to look at getting the Red Wings that coach. We're not going to do draft interviews. And let's go ahead and simulate up to the draft. So I don't know if we even have any first round picks this year. I don't know if we traded it away. We might have to build up. Now, if we had first round, it would be ours. It would be the 31st. So nothing too impressive there. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, we don't have a pick here. We gave it to the Preds. So yeah, we gave it to the Preds for Duchesne. So let's go ahead and see. Our first pick is 53. Now let's go ahead and view draft class. Let's just see. So Rupert, we still don't have scouted, but we have a bunch of medium elites, top 6 high there. So definitely some good players in the top 10. Definitely a pretty stacked top 10. Let's go ahead and see. Anyone even looking to trade a pick? Florida at 9, Tampa Bay at 14, Ottawa at 18, New York at 21, Colorado at 27, obviously. So I don't think we're going to trade for any picks. I think we've got the young core that we have for the next probably 8-9 years, and we have the old core now that can win it for us. So I think realistically, I mean, the one thing we can go ahead and do is see if there's anyone we're going to have to re-sign here for big contracts. I think we checked, and there's no actual big contracts coming up this year. Let's go ahead and see. Emery, we're definitely going to want to sign. We do have him unsigned, but we're definitely going to want to sign him after this year. He can definitely get some AHL time. But let's see, these 1-year lefts. Edvinsson is going to need a contract. I don't think it's going to be huge unless he really jumps in the offseason, which then I'd be okay with. Wallander, once again, I don't think it'll be huge. Quinn definitely won't be a massive contract, probably about the same. Patrick Laine, probably, I would assume, about the same, but he doesn't even want an extension, so we'll go ahead and look at that. Other than that, with the 1 years left, I mean, Lombardi, not big contract. Roslovic might want a little more money, but he also will probably drop off at the beginning of the season. He probably won't stay at an 86. Duchesne, we're probably not going to sign again. Evangelista, not a big contract. Let's see. Anyone else that looks like they might have a bigger contract ahead of them? No. So the two possibles are Wallander if he gets a big jump and Edvinsson if he gets a big jump, but I don't see that like really happening. And even if they do, it'll probably be 4 or 5 mil contracts. So I don't think we really need to clear up any space. We can make those decisions on who we sign and who we don't when we get there, because we definitely have the space. We're clearing up about 20 mil. So I don't think we're going to make any trades. I think we're just going to go ahead and sim these first couple picks, see what they look like. So Rupert, 82 overall sniper, medium elite. He was great, but that's actually interesting. So first overall pick has no X factors. He's easily NHL ready, 92s across the board for shooting, but no X factors on the first overall pick. That's really interesting. Let's go ahead and sim the second pick. We got, I think it was, yeah, Derek Cope. So he's got 4 superstar abilities, no zone abilities. He is a sniper, 90s across the board for shooting, so still pretty decent. But he's got the X factors. I would take this Derek Cope guy over that first overall pick. Yes, he's not completely NHL ready. You could play him up there, but I would play him AHL 1 year, but he's got those X factors. Let's go ahead and see what pick 3 looks like. We got a 2-way forward in Corvo, max X factors. So here's this thing, is I would probably take Corvo over Cope. So this is turning out to be an interesting draft. We got Penner. He's that top 6. He's only got tape to tape. He's a playmaker, so tape to tape on a playmaker. That's a good offensive playmaker, top 6 high. So he could turn into something great, but he also could max out at like 85, 86. Let's go ahead and see. So we've got the medium elite power forward, a Afinogenov, max X factors. So once again, a Afinogenov I would take over Penner. Let's go ahead and see. He's got great shooting for that power forward. He's already got a 3-star physical category, so that's going to grow pretty quick. His skating is already decent. Puck skills are decent. He definitely looks NHL ready, except for that defensive category. But once again, I would take a Afinogenov over Penner. So let's go ahead and see how the top 10 rounds out. We got Beck. Yeah, I mean, even Caleb Beck, 90s across the board sniper with some decent. He's got Make It Snappy, Relentless, All Alone, and Magnetic. So I would take Beck over Penner or even like Corvo or Cope. So not too bad there. He's got that zone ability. That definitely helps. Let's go ahead and get the next pick going. We got McKenna, Playmaker 77 Elite. So here we go. We got Gavin McKenna, Max X Factors. As a Playmaker, he's got Send It, Tape to Tape, Wheels, Relentless, It's Tricky, and Ankle Breaker. That's like a Trevor Zegras type of Playmaker right there. And Penner got taken above him. That's really interesting. So let's go ahead and round out this top 10. 8th overall, we got Vico at top 6 medium, but he does have elite edges, so definitely someone you can count on. Let's go ahead and see 9th overall. We got this Pavelski. He does have tape to tape and puck on a string at top 6 medium playmaker, so that's interesting. And to round out the top 10, we've got the Nelson top 4 offensive defenseman. He's got magnetic, so good puck mover on the power play for the Islanders there for the future. And let's go ahead and get to our pick. We can quickly scan through that first round to see if there were any other gems. Let's see. So we left off at Nelson. We got top 6, top 4, top 6. We do have a couple elite lows here. If they have some X factors, they could be good. Yeah, Isaiah Bomick. He could actually turn into something nice. He's already got the 80s in the shooting. He's got 1T Relentless Magnetic and Beauty Backhand. So that, if they can get him growing, that's going to be a great player. Gary Aronson, no X factors, but elite low. They could theoretically get him growing. You got a couple top 6 mediums there. Let's see any round 2 gems here. Let's see, top 6 medium on a forward, Clem with Send It. That's really nice for the Calgary Flames. Top 6 medium forward in Henderson, no X factors. Top 6 medium power forward for the St. Louis Blues. That's pretty good. Top 6 medium playmaker for Messier on the Penguins. Top 6 medium sniper for Frazier on the Panthers. So a lot of decent picks going here. So we do have Kavanaugh here, this starter medium goalie with a couple X factors. That's really nice to see. We got Pelly, who's a medium elite, Shannon Pelly. So that's actually a decent pickup for the Tampa Bay Lightning, looking to potentially replace Vasilevsky when he retires. So Guy Picard, 17 years old, elite low, but he's got quick draw as a center, so great penalty killer. In reverse, stick him up, elite edges. That's a great penalty killer if they can get him growing for the Vancouver Canucks. And now it is our pick. So let's see what we got left. Now, I was looking at a goalie. He did get taken. So let's go ahead and see any potential X factors left. We got Schaefer here, but it's a 1 bar. That's probably not going to be anything. Now, Hiccups did have 42 points. It was strength of competition was a C. 41 points for this, C minus. So 41 points on a C minus really isn't much. Let's see what else we got here. So Nisimov, A plus, he only got 3 points. So he's not going to turn into anything. A plus, only 7 points. Banting, C minus at 35 points, but he is a defenseman. Completely unscouted. Do we take our chances with a defenseman? Let's just see what goalies are left. 65. I don't think it might be like a starter low, but yeah, I don't think he's going to turn into anything. So let's just go back to all players, and I think we take our chance on this defenseman right here, Aiden Banting. He had 35 points as a defenseman, so that's not too bad. Let's take a look at what we got. Top 6 medium, so could turn into something. We'll see. Let's go ahead and get to pick 85 here, and let's see what we got rolling. So we do have a chance at, or we have a guaranteed top 4 low here. We could turn him into something. Not a guarantee of an X factor, but A plus competition, and he was a +2, so not too bad there. We have a potential X factor in Nakis, I think it was. Was it Pikarainen? It's only 1 though. I think we're going Suglobov. Let's go ahead and see what we can get there. Top 4 low, so we might be able to turn him into something. Let's get to pick 87 here, and then this is the last one we're actually going to make. Let's see what we got here. So, any random gems? Let's see. Nope, no gems left. So, we're going to go back to CS ranking, Central Scouting ranking. And let's go ahead and grab one of these. We can grab Pikarainen. Yeah, potential X Factor. I doubt it, but potential. Starter medium, 48 overall. So he does have the starter medium, but we're going to let him grow in the minors or something around those lines first. And we're going to go ahead and sim and the rest of the draft here. Now, we're going to go ahead and do the off season here. We do have some decisions to make, I think. We got Duchesne, we got Theodore. We've got a couple decisions to make with contracts. So let's go ahead and get up to that re-sign phase. We are going to go through and do all the scouts and coaches with expiring contracts after we do our players. So, here we are. Let's go ahead and get to the re-sign phase here. All right, so we got Patrick Laine, who doesn't want... We have $33 million. So, I think Duchesne we're going to move on from. I mean, he was a minus 15 full career stats. Let's see what he did with Detroit. 11 points in 20 games, 6 goals. Not bad. What did he do in the playoffs? He had 16 points in 24 games, so he definitely was a playoff producer for us. But he's 35. He could, I mean, even if he drops to top 6, he probably wouldn't drop off much. What kind of contract does he want? 1 year at 5.7. That's not awful. We might try that. What does Roslovic want? He wants... No. Sorry, Roslovic. We're going to have to move on from you. Thank you for your service. What about Jack Quinn? What do you want? You want 4 years at 6.4. Top 6 medium. He's probably not going to grow too much. Sorry, Quinn. We're going to move on from you as well, I think. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on from you. Let's see. So Wallander, we definitely want to grab back. Let's see what kind of contract. 5 years at 4.75. Does he want an extension? He does. We might be able to get him like 5 years at 4.5. That wouldn't be too bad. Let's go ahead and offer him that. Valimaki, let's see. We're going to move on from you, Valimaki. Thank you for your service. Edvinson, we definitely want to get you a contract. 3 years at like 2.3, I'm very good with. We'll get him at least to where he grows for a cheap contract. Yakov Trenin, I wouldn't mind re-signing as depth. 1 year at like 2, I'd be good with. Let's go ahead and grab him back. Rasmussen doesn't want an extension, so we can go ahead and let you test out free agency. Tanner, you know. Yeah, we can give you 2 years at like 1.5. I'm good with that. Soderblom, you're gonna want you want a one-way. We'll give you 1 mil for a one-way. McIsaac, you want a two-way, so we can go ahead and give you that. That's fine. Giovanni Smith, we can go ahead and give you that. That's cool with me. Matt Luff, same thing. Yeah, it's gonna be the same thing for all these guys. Liam Kirk, I'm good with that. Jones, we can go ahead and get you on that two-way. Bonstad, we can get you on that. Oh, you want a one-way? Nah, it's okay. It wasn't that expensive, so I'm cool with it. And then Vero, we definitely want to grab you back. There we go. Alright, Hiroshi, we can go ahead and grab you back for the AHL. I'm cool with that. Blickfield, same thing. I'm cool with that. Zarnik, yep, I'm cool bringing you back. You can play your career with the Griffins. Abrazazi, we can go ahead and grab you back. Luke Evangelista, we can go ahead and get you back. Hallinan, sure, we're good with that. Lombardi, Amadeus Lombardi, we can go ahead and get you back. Maggio, we can go ahead and grab you back. So Emery, we definitely want to sign here. That is a for sure. Suglobov, let's go ahead and let you play down there, see if you grow at all with the young guys. Miso, we can definitely grab back for AHL depth. I'm cool with that. Wright's top 6, we definitely want to grab back. We don't want to just let him drop for no reason. Banting, we're going to go ahead and let you play down there. See if you can get any growth at all. Zednik, we're not signing. Lebedev, he hasn't really grown, so I think I'm going to let him go to free agency. Top 6 low, so I don't think we're getting anything back. Or Bedoin, we're letting. Yeah, Bobkov, we're not going to sign. And then Ben Goa, we're not going to sign. Alright, let's see what we got here. So, let's go ahead and sort by potential here. Ryan, we're going to let you try to grow. You're elite. You're Maxwell Ryan. Wow, okay, so They got me a medium elite sniper. He's only 49, but I've seen those guys really jump up quick. Now, Matt Duchesne, that's not a bad contract, but he doesn't want to sign with us. Neither does Line A. So what we might do is let's go ahead and go to goalies. Let's go ahead and hop up here. So Saros and Kosa, we definitely have tied up for a long time, so they're our future. Salmonen. I think we want to give Boyer the starting position. Let's go ahead and sign Van Pottelberg for a backup down there. And then Salmonen. He does only want a one-way. What does Boyer have? He has minor starting, so we're going to go ahead and drop Salmonen. We're going to do Boyer and Pottelberg down there. Let's go ahead and just look at all expiring, all skaters. And let's see if we're missing anyone. So we have Line A and Duchesne. Other than that, Backer, we can go ahead and release you to free agency. Bedoin, we can go ahead and release you to free agency. And let's see what our cap space is looking like after we get all these guys potentially signed. So let's go ahead and just spam through this, see who did accept and who didn't. All right, so Adam Ernie was the only one to not accept. What about goalies? Everyone accepted. So that looks good. So now Adam Ernie, we can go ahead and we can release Ernie. We'll get some other depth. We'll let him try somewhere else. And we still have 25 mil. Neither of these guys want to re-sign, but here's my problem is I would need to replace the goal scorer on the first line. I would need to replace him. And then I would need a second line forward, which I definitely have the money for. I got 25 mil. We've got no other expiring. Unsigned players, just make sure. Let's see. Yeah, all these guys we can leave playing down there. We don't want to sign Lebedev. Bobkov. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to sign any of these guys, so we're looking at Ryan, Suglobov, and then potentially Banting, depending on how he grows for unsigned players that we're looking at. Now do I want to try? I mean, Line A. Let's see how he played last year. Yeah, I mean, he had 70 points, 32 goals. He can definitely do it for us. We got Raymond to pair him with and Larkin to pair him with. So Line A definitely would be a good option to keep us getting back into the playoffs. Duchesne. You know what? We'll try it. We'll see if we... Oh. Ain't no way. Sorry, Line A, you're gone. Let's see. So Duchesne. Let's try him at like 5.5 for 1 year. See if we can get him there. Let's advance day, see if we can get him on at that money. Yeah, so we do get Duchesne back. That's a decent second line center for this year. I am very good with that. Let's go ahead and look at defensemen in the main roster. So now here's what we're going to have to check. Is we've got... Hopefully, I'm expecting Brodin to jump so that we can put him with our NHL defenseman here, have McIsaac as our depth, and then we go down from there and we're good. So... that's what I'm really, really hoping for. Now, the one thing is I could just sign Suglobov, because if you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He would actually get starting time at best line. So let's go ahead and sign him. He can play AHL this year. I'm good with that. All these guys we're going to leave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to have Brodin up here in the NHL. He should get a good jump from being 78. He had a 45-point season. He should get a decent jump. He should be able to come up and play. And his defensive stats, I think, are good enough for that third pairing time. So, then we're going ahead and advance one more day. Suglobov joins, and then I think we go to free agency. So, let's see. What are we looking for? And let's just make sure all skaters... all expiring. None expiring. None unsigned that we actually want playing in the AHL this year, right? Yeah, no. And then how about goalies? We have unsigned. Yeah, neither of these guys are going to get any time. And then all expiring, none. So we're good on re-sign phase. So let's go ahead and what we can do is we're just going to take care of the coaching staff really quickly. Let's see how this goes. All right, so who do we need to re-sign? We need to re-sign Tollefson. All right, sounds good. Let's go ahead and get him re-signed. Now, where is he? He's the goalie coach. So we want to make sure we hire him as the goalie coach. Get him in there. Kimmo Tollefson. And then we need an assistant coach when it comes to it. So let's go ahead and re-sign whatever scouts. All right, Patolny. There you go. You can go ahead and re-sign. Let's see who else we got. No one else expiring. Nice. Okay. So we're good there. Let's go ahead and get to free agency. Hopefully that coach signs. Let's see. Oh, Tollefson doesn't want to sign as the goalie coach. So we're going to have to go ahead and find a goalie coach and an assistant coach when it comes to it. But we're going to focus on making sure that we get the contracts offered to free agency that we want. So let's go ahead and hop into our contract screen and let's see what we're looking at, what we need, and know how to fill these spots. Okay, so we've got, let's just go to forward. So we've got 1, 2 for the first line. We've got 1, 2 for the second line. Okay, let's see, in the system, yeah, there's none there. So we do have some signing to do, but I think we still have 20 mil cap space. But here's the thing, Casper's gonna want a much bigger contract. Actually, give me 1 second. Got some actual life stuff to handle really quickly. All right, guys, sorry about that. We are back here. So what we are looking at for free agency is needing another first line forward. Probably one more second line forward, then we have third line there, and then some depth. So first thing we're going to take care of is go look for that first line forward. Defense, I'm going to count on Brodin being up in the NHL. So first thing we're going to do is look for that first line forward and second line forward. So let's go ahead and see what we have in free agency. This should be interesting here. I'm not even sure what's in here. Let's see. So, we are pretty slim pickings on first line forwards. Line A is there. Maybe we bring someone like Sidney Crosby in for 1 year. That wouldn't be too bad. Interesting. Okay, so not a heavy free agency, but I would be willing with 1 year. I'd be willing to give Crosby like 9 mil for 1 year just to make sure we get him. So let's go ahead and grab Sidney Crosby. He's got all those X factors. Line 1. All right, line 2. So we're looking for someone down in here. We don't want to fight with any other team for someone, but go ahead and drop it to just forwards here. So we don't want to give someone 4 years. But we don't want to sign a 37 at top 6 because he might drop to top 9 and really drop off. We could fight for Lindback here. Per Lindback, we could actually fight for him. Let's see, why is he got dropped to free agency from Buffalo? Interesting. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and fight for Lindback for the second line. Let's go ahead and... So we have 20 mil. These are our only 2 expensive pieces that we have to sign. So I'm willing to give Lindback like 7.5 at 1 year. You know, let's give him 7 at 1 year. Just see if we can really get him. Let's see. I know I had to give up some draft picks for that, but we're not looking to draft. So I think those guys are the guys we want to target. I gave Crosby 9, so we definitely should get him. Lindback, I gave 7, so we definitely should get him. We'll have to give up some, or they could even match Lindback. That's tough. Because we might have to drop down all the way someone down here for second line. I mean, that's not the end of the world. Getting someone like, I mean, Jack Quinn we don't want to grab up again. But getting someone like down in here isn't too bad. We could go for like an Evander Kane on the second line. That's not awful. He could get some production down there. But we need another third liner. So let's see. What about someone like Dylan Dubé? Minus 15, but he does have good defensive stats. He's a two-way forward. He's got decent discipline. It's going to give him 1 year at like 2.5. That sounds good to me. And then some fourth line depth. So let's see what we got here. So maybe someone like Haran. Nah, we want guys who can grind out that time and not give up anything. Cody Glass, no. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and do here is sort by defensive category, and then people in that like $1 to $2 million range, in that 82, 81, even 80 right here. Taves, I mean, he's got top 9. He could drop to a depth forward. I don't really want to do that. Backlund, we don't want to go that low, but someone like Oscar Sundqvist we could bring back. Nah. What about, so we already offered Dubé a contract. That's our third liner. What about, is that Jamie Benn? No, we don't want Jamie Benn. We don't want Silverberg. Rizika's a little too rich for the fourth line. Perron is a little too old. We could do Lindblom. Let's see. Let's check out Oscar. I like that. Let's go ahead and offer him 2.5 for 1 year. I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and let's see. What else do we have here? Obey Kubel. Nah, he's got no shot blocking. He's not willing to get in front of shots there. Let's see. What else do we got here? All right, we'll go back to overall here. And let's go down. See what we're looking at down here. So potentially Noah Gregor. I'd be good with Noah Gregor, even at 3 years, because it's a small contract. Let's go ahead and try to get him. What about, nah, he wants a little too much. Daniel Sprong. I could go Daniel Sprong as well. I'd be good with that. Okay. That'll be all of our pieces there, so I am good with that. Let's see if we can get all these guys signed. So let's advance some days here. Decline and edit. We don't want to be interrupted by that all the time. Let's go ahead and get all these guys off the block. All of our wants and surpluses off the block again. And let's see how this free agency stacks up. I think if we can get Crosby, that'll be a really good first line. A lot of good X factors on that line. And I think if we can pick up that Per Lindbach, that would be a very good second line. And potentially, with that Lindbach, he's only 20 years old. We could trade away one of our younger forward core players and keep him. So we got Dubé. We didn't get Lindblom, but he's depth, so that's good. Noah Gregor we got. Sprong we didn't get. We're not worried about those depth pieces. We can always sign depth. Oh, we didn't get either of them. Our roster is full? That's not good. Yeah, we have 49 out of 50 contracts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we definitely have to release some players. Now, where are they? So let's just see. Where are these players that we have to release? So forwards on the main roster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 there, but we don't want to stick with those 12. How many do we have in the system? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, okay, we have 16 forwards down here as well. Can we make any trades yet? We can, okay. So, maybe what I'm thinking Let's see. I wonder if we could, because we have way too many forwards. Way too many forwards. So Ryan does have good potential. He's 49. I mean, does he have any X factors? He has no X factors. We want to hold on to Emery because he's playing AHL this year. So someone like Ryan, we can add that as an asset. See if there are any trades we could just get draft picks for. We got 2 second rounders there. So it looks like we're just going to have 2 second rounders from anybody. I would be good with dumping his contract for 2 second rounders. Now, are there any? So we have 127 and 128 from everybody. Who would probably give us the best pick? Probably the Nashville Predators, because I know they had like the 2nd or 3rd overall pick. So let's go ahead and take that. We can trade Matt Ryan off. That doesn't clear up a contract, though. Dang, I just made a mistake. Okay, I think it's going to be someone in the high 70s that we're going to need to move from. So someone like Fonstad or Kirk. Let's see if we can get anything. Let's see if there's any open block trades for this guy. Bunch of 7th round picks. I mean, that's fine with me. We can just accept Calgary's. That's good with me. That clears up a contract. Let's see. So... bottom 6 on Zarnik. No, I want to keep him. Top 9 medium on Avon. The potential he makes it up there. Emery we're keeping. Reitz. Fonstad we could also drop off. Let's see. It'll probably be just a 7th round if we get any. Yeah, a bunch of 7ths. Let's take the Kraken 7th. Alright, so we freed up some contract space, but I think Crosby will have already been taken. Same with Per Lindbach. Let's go ahead and check on that. Crosby isn't taken. Alright, perfect. We need to get Crosby for that top line. How much cap space do I have? 18 mil? Yeah, I'm good to give him 9 mil. Let's give him 8 mil. No other teams are interested at all right now. So let's just go ahead and give him 8 mil. And he did already respond to us once. Now let's check these second line forwards. So looks like Lindbeck, yeah, he went with another team. So we're looking at second line forwards here. Anders Lee, he's really going to drop off. He already has top 9, so he's going to drop off no matter what. I mean, Patrick Kane does have X factors, but he wants 2 years. I don't think I could give him 2 years. I could potentially try 1 year at like another 8 mil. No. We're gonna have to go someone cheaper. 1 year on Malkin. Does he have any? He does have X factors. We could try 1 year on Malkin at like 6. That would put us at 14. We still have 4 mil to sign the depth. Really stacking up the veteran core for 1 year. You know what? Let's try it. We're gonna go Malkin at 6. We're gonna go 5.5 for 1 year. Let's try that. And then we need to sign like 2 depth forwards, so 2 4th line forwards. Let's see what we got here. So looking at like Daniel Sprong said no. Oh, we're still at 47 contracts. Okay. So we still have more contracts to clear up. Holy crap. To make room on the NHL team. Okay, let's see. Actually, you know what? We'll go to the find trade screen, not proposed trade. We have 47 contracts? Okay. So let's just take a look at... We're going to do NHL forwards. Let's see what we got here. So we got 1, 2... Alright, let's see. So it shows Luff, Soderblom, and Smith. realistically, man, I could try to offload like Smith and one other guy for like I could try to offload like Smith and Luff for a pick. That'll clear up 2 more contracts. That definitely should give us the room. Let's see. No trades found. I mean, what did I just do? Oh, I went to my trade block. No. Get out of there. I don't want to get rid of Brodeen. I don't want to get rid of any of our... Because Larkin's already 29. Raymond 24. Casper 22. I mean, like, we have a decent young core. We have a great defensive young core. With Brodeen as well. I mean, Vero, he's got top 6 high, so theoretically that could even out to like top 4 overall, but he's already 24. You know what, Vero, we're going to try to get something back for Vero as well. Let's see. Nothing found. Okay. Let's see, just off of trade value, is there anyone I would just be willing to give up for picks? I mean, like, theoretically, Emery I could toss back, but, like, he's a sniper. He's got great shooting stats already. Make it snappy, magnetic snipe, and beauty backhand. That's a goal scorer of the future. I don't want to give that up. Rights. I mean, I could do rights. Top 6 medium, top 6 low. Let's check Gonchar. I could definitely part ways with Gonchar. Let's see. 6th and a 7th. We definitely don't want any contracts back. So I think 6th and a 7th, it's not really going to matter. Let's not give him to even a conference opponent. There we go, Winnipeg Jets. Gonchar out for the Winnipeg Jets, 6th and 7th. Let's go ahead and see. Anyone down in here I'd be willing to move on from? I mean, I'd be willing to do like... Misa... Let's try... I went back to the... I always think my multi-select is going to be X, because that's what it is in the roster moves. Let's go ahead and see if any of these really low AHL guys, like the depth AHL guys, we can move on from. So, like, what about, like, Misa, Okatundu, the guys with literally no potential, just stack them up and see if potentially we could get something from them. Desjardins... Because we can just upgrade these contracts for guys that will actually make the roster. Sims. I don't think there's going to be any trades found yet for all of them at once. So let's go ahead and remove Sims and Desjardins. See if maybe just 2 of them at once. No, they just don't have enough value to really move. We're under... So we can sign 4 players. So we're looking good for... That should get us to 50 out of 50. Let's see, how many forwards do I have? Okay, so where are all these contracts, actually? So, just forwards in the NHL, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 guaranteed NHL forwards. AHL, let's see. 1. Okay, so actually, depth with Soderblom on 1. Depth with Luft on 2. So that's, we have 12 guaranteed, we need 14. So then Smith, so starting at Smith, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 forwards for the AHL. So then anyone underneath, so then we need rights, and we don't actually have, we don't really have that many forwards. I think we have... Okay, so let's check defenseman, maybe? It's got to be here, right? Oh, yeah, it's definitely here. So all these guys at the bottom. So let's see. Forgione, can we just get something for Forgione, like a 7th? Okay, so rather than trying to find a trade for him, let's just see. We're going to go into proposed trade. See if there's any team that wants him, and we'll just take their 7th for him. Let's see. So let's go ahead and grab... we'll go to defenseman here. Sort by overall. Forgione. Let's go ahead and add him and just scroll through really quickly. See if there's anybody that wants him. If not, we look for someone. Yeah, there's not. So we look for people giving up late draft picks. So like Minnesota Wild, boom. Let's try and get their 7th. So let's Let's go ahead and scroll down here. Let's try and get the 2027 7th. And let's see if we can make that go through. Boom. Done. I'm cool with that. Okay. So we cleared up even another contract. So we should have 5 available contract spots. We only need to sign 4. So we have Crosby offered. We have Malkin offered. So we're taking those old players from the Pittsburgh Penguins dynasty of the mid 2000s to early 2010s, and then we need to go for depth here. So we do have contract space now. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. So we were looking at maybe Lizotte wouldn't be bad as well. Blake Lizotte, nah, decent face-offs, but let's just sort by forwards here to actually get it down. All right, so we're looking down here. Kalle Yarncroc. Nah. What about David Kampf? Nah. Charlie Coyle might not be bad. Yeah, I'd be cool with Charlie Coyle. Let's go ahead and try to get him on contract. And then we need one more down here at that $1 million range. Daniel Sprong, I'm pretty sure he said that, nah, I don't really even like his stats, though. Anderson, Lias Anderson, that's not bad. Obey Kubel. I'd rather take Lias Anderson. We could even get Athanasiou back again. He is a sniper, though. I like this Lias Anderson. Let's go ahead and try to get him. There we go. Okay. So those are the guys we want to approach. Crosby said no just because of contract reasons, so we should be able to get him now. Malkin accepted. That's really good. We got our second line veteran right there to play alongside Casper, who's young. Let's see what we got here. Charlie Coyle accepted. Lias Anderson accepted. And Crosby accepted. So, let's go ahead and look at our contracts here. Even if Crosby drops the top 6, I'm cool with him playing first line with all those X factors. So, let's see what we got here for forwards. So, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, that's going to be our roster. Jeannot, Trenin. Actually, we have too many, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so Jeannot and Trenin. What I might do is I might keep Trenin as the depth since he only has 1 year left. And we can try to get something back for Jeannot, like some picks. Let's go ahead and look at defensemen here. In the system, Brodin is what's going to move up. So McIsaac is going to be our depth there. So we're good with that. And then goalies, Saros and Kosa. So I'm good with that. All right, let's just make sure in the system's forwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, I'm good with that. We want to actually try and get Emery some playing time. So we're going to try to get him in there. What about defensemen? We don't count Brodin. We're going to put him up in the NHL. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm good with that. All right, and then goalies, we got Boyer and Van Pottelberg. So what we theoretically can do is he's got fringe starter high, so we know we're not trying to make him grow. We can sign this guy, and then if either of these guys get injured, he can go in as the backup. It's not great, but we'll have to deal with it. But I think we're all set to head into the season, see how our players grow, see if Wallander, Edvinsson, Brodin, and Casper maybe get jumps. I would really like Casper to get up to like an 85, 86. That would be ideal so that he really solidifies on that second line. Let's go ahead and sim to the next season and see how it stacks up. All right, so we are here, simulated up to the 26-27 preseason. What we're going to go ahead and do is get through the preseason here. Let's go ahead and decline and edit again since it resets itself. And we can go ahead and just take all these out. We can go ahead and take these out. Here we go. All right, and then go to surplus. We can go ahead and take these out. Hopefully it didn't put any back. It put 2 of them back. Let's go ahead and get these out again so we don't get interrupted with trades all over the place. All right, so we have that. and we are up here. We're simulating to the regular season just because preseason doesn't really mean anything. Haven't taken a look at overalls yet to see what people jumped to potentially. But I'm expecting a decent enough jump out of Brodin to get him up in the NHL. I'm expecting probably 85, maybe 86 from Casper. Edvinsson maybe 84, and then Wallander maybe an 84. He might have stayed at 83 because 83 technically is top 4, and that was his potential. But let's go ahead and we're just going to go to roster moves. We will see the overall jumps here, so we'll be able to pay attention to that. Let's see. So good news is Casper up to an 85, but bad news is Malkin down to an 84. So, and Wallander is still at 83, and it looks like Edvinsson is still at 83, unless he's for some reason in the system. So Brodin did get a jump up to 80, so we definitely want to get him up in the NHL. Let's go ahead and take out McIsaac for that. Required to fix lines, that's fine. Brodin, he does have top 6, so yeah, I definitely want to get him playing. His overalls are definitely good enough to be up here. Now, what we want to look at is just make sure anyone else in the system that we definitely want up. No, okay. So, let's go ahead and take a look at our lines. Let's just go best for now. Let's see how they do it, and then we can go ahead and adjust it from there based on how we want to do it. So, honestly, I think that's the lines I would have went with, except I want Casper on the second line. Yeah, we definitely want Casper up on that second line, so let's go ahead and get him up there. Yeah, and I actually really like this. Let's see, who is scratched? Do I want to make sure they get in? Carl and Anderson? No, they can go ahead and be our scratch players in the NHL. I'm good with that. Do we not have a scratch defenseman in the NHL? We don't, so we're going to want to bring up another defenseman. But honestly, these lines look pretty powerhouse to me. I really like the way these are stacking up. I like our first and second lines for sure, and then our depth looks pretty good. How about defense? What do they have? Yeah, Sider with Theodore. I like Wallander with Miller, and then Edvinsson with Brodin. I'm good with that. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. So here's the interesting thing about Wallander. His shot blocking and stick checking just are not there, but his defensive awareness is 93. He looks more like a offensive defenseman to me, except for that slap shot accuracy, because his puck skills are decent, his offensive awareness is 92, but his defensive stats just really aren't growing. Now, my question is, he's already 24, he's 83. This year would be the year to move him for someone with better defensive stats if we want to. So if we get to the trade deadline and we see he's still sitting around a 0 plus minus, we might actually move him for someone that can actually play a little bit better defensively. Let's see, Brodin. So, I mean, Keandre Miller jumped up to an 85. That's nice. I do like that a lot. So, he can really help out Wallander. So, I do like our defensive core. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, I mean, I like the way all this looks up here. Let's go ahead and check Kosa. Kosa's an 83, so didn't get a massive jump, but he's an 83. It's not bad. The last thing we want to check is let's hop over to the AHL. Emery did get a jump up to 70, so they're having Emery play first line time. Now, is there any way to make him not have a -1? Let's see, maybe Hiroshi up there. Yeah, there we go. Hiroshi up there, Luff on the second line. I like the way that looks. Let's check our defense. We got McIsaac, Bonk, Vero, Jones, Morin. Maybe Morin up here with Bonk. Any way to get these to zeros? There we go. So we got McIsaac and Vero, and then Jones and Sims. I'm good with that. And then let's take a look at our goalie. So Boyer did jump up to an 80. So he got a good jump. So it does show minor starting goalie still. I like that. I'm glad it doesn't show backup goalie. So he can still play that role down there. I'm very happy with that. But let's go ahead and go to the NHL. Yeah, I'm actually very good with that. So, I like our chances this year. I really do. Crosby with that veteran leadership up there with Larkin. I do see that being a really good line. We do have good depth this year with our injury scratch players. And I think we're sitting in a good spot for the 26-27 season to still be a very, very good team. So we will go ahead and start the simulation for that in the next video, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.